apparently everything in the world is a holographic projection of what's going on the inside. Like our point of view creates our reality. As I've been integrating my wounds around toxic masculinity, more and more noble men are showing up. My friends are responding to me and saying, look at all the support you're getting. So in terms of relationship, I watched this next podcast, Clayton and Sophia, clean up messes, take ownership, be in integrity, live their heart's truth, crunchy, and never give up. This was one of the most transparent, vulnerable, authentic couples sharing about their journey that I think I've ever interviewed. And if that's a holographic projection of what's going on in the inside of me, I feel like I'm turning a corner. Because when I think back to marriages and boyfriends and all the things I've been through, ownership wasn't there. Heart's truth, open-hearted truth wasn't consistent, wasn't there. And I get that I'm the only one in common with that. So as I do my inner work, I choose to have that partner show up for me. And I watched it right in front of me in this interview with Clayton and Sophia. If you're in a relationship, you're going to be inspired. If you're like me, single, and you don't think that's possible, you're going to be inspired. Definitely already start thinking of someone you want to share this with. Definitely follow both of them and get ready for a real sobering, inspiring, heart-centered tearjerker of a conversation between two beautifully powerful individuals and the communion that they have together. Enjoy. Beautiful sister, take a breath with me. Oh, when was the last time you felt really grounded in your body, still in your mind, truly in love with yourself? Not fixing yourself, not striving to be different, just loving your sweet self exactly as you are. I know you've probably been strong for everybody else, yet this is your moment now, an invitation to be there for you. To say yes to not just the bare minimum, but your real needs, to listen to the truth of your body, to slow down and hear the deepest truth of your heart, to face what you've been perhaps avoiding so that you can embody your authentic feminine power. And you don't have to do this alone. Like so many others before you, we can partner in divine sisterhood. The divine feminine way is to collaborate, to open our hearts together into the glorious, great unknown, the mystery. So I invite you to go to alanapratt.com/connect and book a call with me today. We will get through any shadow to the light of your fullest glory together. Promise. Welcome to Intimate Conversations, Season 14, Dark Night to Divine Light, because we both know intimacy is an inside job. Hello and welcome to another episode of Intimate Conversations, Season 14, From Dark Night to Divine Light. Could there be like more gorgeous people sitting beside me? I'm really not sure. When they first came, Preston and Alexi were supposed to be here for the interview, but there's a birthday party for one of their kiddos. And he said, don't worry, I got some power couples for you. It's going to be just fine. So wow. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, let me tell you who they are. So Sophia Powe is an award-winning storyteller, former CMO, and serial entrepreneur in a powerful season of transition. Over 2 decades, she has built and scaled multiple 8-figure businesses, helped take a global travel company public, and led brand and storytelling initiatives for Fortune 500 companies and visionary leaders. Her work has always lived at the intersection of strategy and soul, using story as a catalyst for connection, impact, and transformation. Today, her focus has softened and deepened into advisory leadership, creative exploration, and self-inquiry. She is the founder of Rabbit Hole Media Lab, a heart-centered creative sanctuary here in Austin, Texas, designed for conscious creators to record and collaborate with intention. She's also the founder of Depuis.org, a woman-centered storytelling platform and movement devoted to helping women reclaim their voices through vulnerability and shared lived experiences. She's an advisor, investor, and philanthropist, and now prioritizes building what is true, both within and without. We love her. Okay, moving on, Depuis.org. Her man, Sean Clayton, is a miracle code abundance architect who helps visionary leaders create 6- and 7-figure abundance without the hustle, disconnection, or compromise. Bridging business, spirituality, and leadership, Sean works with entrepreneurs, executives, and change makers ready to build prosperity that is aligned and embodied and sustainable. His path was forged through deep adversity, including childhood trauma, incarceration, health crises, and homelessness. These initiations became the catalyst for a profound spiritual awakening and a radically different way of creating success. And today, Sean advises high-impact enterprises, Fortune 500 leaders, guiding them to fuse purpose with strategy and love with leadership. At the heart of his work is the Miracle Code, a universal framework revealing how mind, energy, and aligned action shape your reality. Drawing from ancient wisdom and modern psychology, Sean teaches what he calls coherent abundance, where wealth, relationships, impact, and well-being exist in harmony. His life and his work embody a love-shaped power that heals, elevates, and quietly reminds others what is possible. TheMiracleAcademy.com is where you can find out more. All of that will be in the show notes. Wow. Indeed, a power couple. And you met in New York City. So let's start with how this love story began.
You want to tell it? Okay.
You're so much better at it than me. Honestly, yeah.
So I was working for a big company in New York, and he was a consultant based in Dallas.
Okay.
And I think I had just moved to another division. We passed each other in the hallways, but we never made a connection.
I thought she was cute.
It was going to be
Very
like,
beautiful, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
right?
wow, hopefully I get to work with her one day. Yeah.
And then we got put on a project together.
Okay.
And I hated working with him.
Oh. Oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you hate him?
At the time, he was very arrogant.
Okay.
And, you know, he was a great talker, but I didn't see the substance behind it.
Okay.
But everybody loved him.
Okay, but your intuition was like,
It was like, what is anyone like, are you hearing what I'm hearing? Like, this doesn't make sense. But everyone was just like under his magic spell, right?
Okay.
And I was like, damn it. Like, here we go, but let's just get through this.
Uh-huh.
And one day he was like, okay, well, we have to, you know, work together on this thing. I'm going to be in New York. Can we just do this like after work, grab a drink after work and finish it up? And, you know, obviously, logically, I should have been like, no. But I said something was like, yeah, fine, just go do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we did. We left work, we went to grab a drink, and we were supposed to be talking about work, and not once did we talk about work. Like, for some reason, he started talking about his childhood and all the things that he went through.
Wow.
And something just inside of me just went like, holy cow, this is someone that can finally like understand what I went through.
Wow.
And then it was just, that was it.
Beautifully snowballed from them.
Yeah.
So you met with vulnerability.
Yeah.
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 How did you decide to go right for the jugular, right for the vulnerability, right for the heart?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even there's these times in life where you just kind of channel something.
Yeah.
And I felt safe with her.
Oh, nice.
And it just kind of opened up, and I've never talked about that before with anybody.
Really?
Which was interesting. And I don't know what it was. It wasn't like I was trying to win you over in that conversation. And there's like more depth to this, how we were situationally in life. Like both of us had kind of like different things going on. Can I speak to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so I was actually married at the time.
Got it.
So, you know, imagine that. And I and I was a very unintegrated person, and we can go deeper into a little bit more about what that looks like.
So was she right? Were you arrogant, Mr. Charisma, at that point in your soul's evolution?
Yeah, I was constantly, my big addictions in life are people pleasing and affirmation.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work around that.
Yeah.
And
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have a PhD, but just what, yeah.
So for me, when showing that arrogance and somebody sees it back, if you show up big and people respond to it, that's your affirmation cue, right?
Right.
If I do the people pleasing thing, but I can kind of like make everybody, through manipulative tactics,
Sure,
run through a door that I say works, well, I'm like, oh, okay, that works as well. There's more affirmation and more people pleasing, and they're happy with the work that I'm doing, and I'm constantly checking on it. So it looks and appears like arrogance, which it was, but it was me feeding the little boy in me.
I was going to say
that had
insecurity generally
so much
on
insecurity,
the inside.
massive.
It shows up as arrogance on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you felt safe being authentic with her.
Very safe being authentic with her. Yeah. There's something in her. Like, I mean, she was like, if I had to like map out my dream girl, it was like, Halle Berry meets like several other people, and then she was like that.
I was going to say, yeah, she definitely.
She like fit the bill like perfectly, and I was like, well, so aesthetically, I'm like, oh, I'm really attracted to her, but I was in this awkward situation within my own personal life.
Yeah.
Constantly seeking and chasing after my mother.
Yes.
By attempting to mistreat the women in my life the way my father did, because my mother stayed with my father.
Right. So that's the pattern you saw.
The pattern that I saw, I was like, well, if I act like my dad, who was a womanizer, had a whole other family, did all this stuff.
Whoa.
And then somebody stays with me or is still attracted to me or wants to be with me despite my faults.
Then
now I'm finding love in my mom again.
Right.
Which is a whole wild journey.
Okay, wild. Okay, so first date, sort of. Did he reveal he's married?
He did. I knew he was married.
Oh, you knew he was married. Okay.
Yeah, I knew he was married.
What were your heart, your yoni, your mind? What was going on?
Oh my gosh. It was, so essentially, I recreated in my relationship with Sean everything I was afraid of.
Well done.
So to give you context, I was born of an affair.
Okay.
And I said, I will never be with a married man.
Right.
Never. I didn't want kids. I didn't want to be married. I didn't want to be with a married man. Like, that whole concept was just no for me.
Wow.
Self-protection.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then I meet Sean. I feel this thing I've never felt before, this connection, this like knowing.
Yeah.
I'd been in relationships. I was in a relationship at the time. So he's not the only one. I wasn't married, but and I was very confused.
I bet.
And I was like, okay, this is weird. I don't love this.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any stories. I need to see documentation. I need to see that you are actually getting a divorce, or like, we're not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he provided it. And I was like, all right, against my own
moral compass.
I did it because it really became, it was a whirlwind romance after that. Like, my relationship was ending. Essentially, I knew it was ending.
Yeah.
I had a trip planned to Portugal, south of France, Russia by myself. And he was like, I'm coming with you. And I was like, I don't even know you. It was just big actions, right? Like love bombing type of stuff. But but if that connection wasn't there, I wouldn't have even have allowed it to happen, because he's not the first man who was like, oh, I want to do these things with you. There was something different with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you can only come to France. You come to France. Eventually I broke down, and we had a great time. And then then he moved to New York, and we got an apartment together, and things were just
wow.
Yeah. And it really, I didn't realize it was the beginning of a really hard, beautiful journey for me.
Wow. The difference between, and I'm going to use these words that were taught to me by Dr. Barbara Marks Hubbard before she passed, Dr. Mark Gaffney. I don't know if you've met them, but the idea of a role mate, and then a soulmate, and then a wholemate. Role mate, arm candy, or the money, or let's have kids. Just, it's like roles. Soulmate being my wound and your wound. That's a good fit. Trauma bonding. Yeah. And it's all your fault, or you're going to save me. This codependence, I guess we could say. And then you do the work.
Yeah.
And some people do the work single, and then meet a wholemate relationship. And some people do the work in the relationship to shift it from all the moral compass, everything you're never going to do. But there's something deeper, something soulful that's guiding the evolution of each party who's both willing to do the work to get into what has been called a wholemate relationship. So back to you, Sean. I'm coming with you. Well, Mr. Charisma, of course, he would say that.
Yeah.
Was it a different, I guess, motivation being from like fear and ego, inspiration being from love and soul? Did it feel different? Or did you just not want to lose her? Or like, where were you in this?
I was being guided by something else.
Yeah.
That wasn't, I think if I were to put context to it, I was being guided by the man that I am now.
Okay.
To just take these steps out of faith. Because I would have, at the time I'm married, I have a son, I had, what was I even doing with my life? It didn't make sense for me to travel. It was in the middle of the holidays.
Wow.
Where I would normally have been like, doing the family thing and like being very present.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what, I'm going. And broke all the rules that I had set for myself. All of the way my family viewed me, I threw it to the wind. And
Wow.
I just started to follow something that was deeper, and I couldn't make sense of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much of a sexual thing, because like we hadn't even been intimate by that time.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just need to be wherever she is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you tell your wife what you were doing? Going to France?
Not
With
at the
this hottie?
time, no.
No.
I mean, I told her I was going out of the country for, like a work trip and over the holidays.
So
Made absolutely no sense.
Had you begun like separation conversations, or this
Yes.
isn't working and we need to complete our relationship?
Yeah, so her and I had a really, I would say it was like a kind of a fit for purpose relationship. Before that, I had been married several times. And
How many times? Is several, Sean?
so I can go through each of them.
Well,
so it was 3 before.
Yeah.
I won't
I've been
go
married tons of
deeper.
times too, but
Yeah,
not tons, but twice. Yeah.
Well, one didn't really count though. Like the one in college. The one in college, I was married for 6 months. Like I don't really. That's kind of like eh. 2 before her. Yeah. So 2 before. Sorry. Yeah. One in college, and then one who was my son's mother, and then that ended through me being incarcerated and we just going our separate paths, which was a beautiful thing because it wasn't meant to be. And then when I got out, she was like high school friend, kind of sweetheart. We had dated for like 4 months in high school. Right. And she was just happened to be in my Facebook feed and how you doing? And then she visited me at the halfway house. And just a really good supportive friend. And she had stuff going on with her with cancer and a kid. I was trying to get out of like the halfway house, and we just converged, and she was just a really good friend for me.
Got it. So all of these were learning experiences and growth and evolution to really see that this one is different.
Yeah. And none of those all of them had kind of like a version of me that was looking for support, but not necessarily looking for love. And through that, I had, probably 8 months before I even met Sophia, I had just told her, like, I was going on a lot of trips. I was like, I just want to do my thing. You do your thing. And she was okay with it. And so in essence, we had started unraveling that beforehand.
I see.
But then there was a lot of guilt that I carried with that we could talk about later.
Yeah.
If we want to.
Well, but it sounds like maybe healthy guilt that once got integrated. Yeah, let's just stay there for a moment.
Okay, yeah.
So to slow down and feel a feeling just right there changes a life.
Yeah.
Rather
100%.
than avoiding them and running and seeking and all of that. And the ones we normally have to first feel aren't the fun ones.
Yeah.
That's why people avoid them. So tell us about how in your practice, your masculinity, your connection to source, however you go about that, how did you sit with the part of you? Guilt is self-punishment.
Yeah.
Guilt is like self-hatred. Like yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guilt came along because it kind of raveled all the way back to coming out of prison. So, you had a 46-month sentence in prison, did that, got out. And there were people that were there to support me along the way. So there was a lot of guilt associated with that.
Yeah.
And then there's also guilt around what I was told a family is supposed to look like. So what my parents said, I wanted to get their affirmation and please them.
Okay.
So they were like, oh, well, this is actually like what the structure you're setting up looks really good. Your son is really taken care of, right? Because his mom wasn't always the greatest as far as taking care of him. You're helping out with her kid. You're helping out with her issues. She's helping out with your issues. And so, kind of like what were the different mates, not a soulmate, but the
Wholemate.
like not a wholemate, but
Role-mate.
Role-mate.
Yeah,
It was
role-mate.
very much so role-mates.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. And so like, oh, this is the role I'm playing in your life. This is the role I'm playing in your life.
Yes, understood.
And because of that, when I was like seeking something from my heart, I remember I was having these conversations with my mother, and I'm like, I'm just not supposed to be happy. I'm just supposed to deal with the fact that this is what marriage looks like, and it's just these roles we play and these things that we do.
Yep, got it.
And so, and it's just a martyrdom.
Yes.
And I was having these conversations well before I met Sophia.
Got it.
And I just felt like, well, this is kind of like the sadness of life, and this is what I have to go through, and I see why people are so miserable in marriage.
Right. Whoa. That really, I'm sure, really sinks in with a lot of viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
That we just repeat patterns.
Yeah.
And that's what you're stuck with. And you settle, and maybe you have your behaviors on the side. Yeah. Right? But it doesn't get any better than this. Okay.
Yeah. And so that was where the guilt came from, because as I started to seek I saw like this light that was inside of me. Yeah. That lived through our experiences. I'm like, well, the world is telling me it's wrong, but this feels so right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So the feeling was this rightness.
Yes.
But then the way I managed that experientially and integrating it was really shitty for about 5 years thereafter, after we kind of like got into it, because I was trying to manipulate to hold on to the light that I had with her. And so whether it was not telling the truth, whether it was not finishing things, whether it was, lying, cheating, whatever you want to call it, I did all of that in order to feed a part of me, while also trying to hold on to her. And I was living 2 separate lives.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to let that sink in as well. Your willingness to own that and articulate that and sit here today with, it seems like self-love, self-ownership is really beautiful to watch a man do. Thank you. And that took 5 fucking years. So sorry. What was it like, Sophia, to watch him, I guess, evolve right before your eyes? Were you saying, look, I am light, but you need to source your own light. I can't be the light in your life. Like, I'm awakening the light in you. You're awakening the light in me. Like, what was it like for you for those 5 years?
Well, before I answer that, if you don't mind, I want to say something, because the work that I do with Dipwe and women and sharing their stories, I want to say that it's really important to know how I'm feeling right now, which is there's shame and there's embarrassment, right? It's like, how could you stay with him? How could you do that? So I'm feeling all these things as I sit here and work through it. Yes. Also, but I want to know that I'm showing up and sharing this, because there are other people going through this, other people who have gone through it. And it's like, there's a way. Yes. And that's really important for me, to be very transparent and vulnerable. So this is not a walk in the park. It's like, ooh, okay, yeah. Like hearing it again, it's like, fuck.
Oh, thank you. Let's just slow down. Yeah, thank you. And just be with this present moment, what you're feeling, because that's also a teaching. Yeah. To be present to what is, not override it, not explain it, not excuse it away, but go right here in this moment, hearing my man share this. What's arising is, so continue, please. It's beautiful.
It's just hard. Yeah. It's hard. And there's judgment. I'm judging myself. So to your question, understanding that I was the light and I needed to stand up for myself and have worthiness came later. So this process helped me do that. Okay. So just to go back a little bit in my life. Yes. My mom, well, I don't even know where to start, but a lot of things happened. I was sexually abused. I've been in high-speed car chases. I've been in armed robberies. I've been in situations where no child should be exposed. Wow. I faced racism from my own family. I mean, there's so many things that really just diminish my self-worth.
Thank you.
And even now, when I look in the mirror, I don't look and say, wow, you look beautiful. I don't feel that.
Really?
But I'm working on it.
Wow.
I'm working on being beautiful from the inside and out.
Yeah.
So that when I say it, it really lands.
Wow.
And
oh, just 1 second. I know you're far away, but I don't know.
And I was like, I was about to grab the.
This is incredible that we're sharing this right now. You are extraordinarily beautiful.
Thank you.
And if we don't feel it, I believe we can't see it in ourselves. So thank you for sharing your evolution right in this present moment. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah. And So, you were dealing with that, like kind of a shell of a person. My mom died when I was in college. I was left alone. So I just brought all that trauma into my adulthood.
Yeah.
So no wonder, I was in that type of relationship. As much as I didn't want it, I was for sure attracting it.
Yeah.
And no wonder it felt so powerful too.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
And so, as much as I knew, because we know, as women, we always know, right? That he wasn't being honest. I saw who he could be. And we do that too.
Yes. Oh, I married potential twice. Yeah.
You married potential, right? And you want.
I wanted Daddy to be different. That was mine, right? And if Daddy would be different, then I would be good enough. So I hear you. Keep going.
Exactly. And I did that for a long time. And then finally, enough was enough. And I was done. I was done with being lied to. Because for me, it was, look, do whatever you want. Like, I love you so much. I just want you to be happy. If that's what someone else, go do that.
Right.
But don't drag me along in this situation, right? Like, I'm not begging to be with you. I'm not, just say what you have to do and, like, we'll be done. Like, we'll move on.
Right.
And that never happened with him. He was always like, well, I still want you there. So, like, come on the ride, Until one day I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And it was over. And we sort of went our own ways. And I went on this magical spiritual journey that I know had to happen that way.
Wow.
Like, I couldn't have done it with him.
Ago was that spiritual awakening journey? From today?
What was that?
4 years.
4 years
I think it was
ago?
4 years ago.
Yeah, about 4 years
Okay.
ago, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I've lost track of time.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I know. So you cut it off. You said enough.
Yeah.
And then how did you do your own eat, pray, love, or what did you?
Not even. I mean, there was no love part except for myself.
Yes. Good. Good. Well, this is the most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just, had a lot of mystical, cool experiences. And,
Nice.
not to get too woo-woo, but
I'm very woo-woo, so you're going to bring it.
In my visions
Yes.
and in my experiences, it was just very clear to me that we could not be together at that time. That it would have, like, not allowed the experiences I was supposed to have to happen.
Okay.
And that we had a choice that we could come back together.
Right.
And if we did, in wholeness, more of a wholeness.
Right. From soulmate to wholemate. Yeah.
It would be truly magical.
Right.
But if we continued, like, came back together and it wasn't that, it'd be the same shit show all over again.
Wow.
So I was, like, sort of at peace with it. The humanness, the heart still wanted what it wanted.
Yeah.
And so then he came back around and he's like, I've done iboga, I've done all these things, you were in all my visions, and we're supposed to be together, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, you're not ready. Like, I knew he wasn't ready. Like, everything in me was like, he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And I succumbed.
And I wasn't ready.
You succumbed, but you weren't ready. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, this is a beautiful shit show. Wow. Wow. Okay. So the wound still wanted to be claimed, wanted to be special, wanted to be the one.
Yeah.
And you still couldn't quite sit in your aloneness and you wanted her. So there was still some tendrils of you complete me a little bit when you came back together. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Outside in versus two whole people standing on their own. I don't need
100%.
you. I choose you, but I don't need you. So there was still some.
Very codependent.
Okay, great, very good. Okay, so came back again, did some work.
Yeah, we did some
Did
work.
some work. Did some work. Came back together. There was still more work to do. So then what happened?
You want me to go for it?
Sure.
Okay. Which part do we want to go after?
I don't know.
Were you divorced when you came back?
I was divorced when I came back.
Okay, so so you did some work. You
Yeah.
did some iboga. You did some divorcing. You did some maybe
everything.
men's work maybe or
All of that. It was kind of at the penultimate of concluding. So everything was just finishing as we were merging back together.
Okay, got it.
I went to Hoffman process. And that was very transformative. So I'm like, oh, okay, I've got, from my boga to the plant medicine to all the things. I'm like, I've got it figured out.
Yeah.
I buried my parents and I'm good.
Okay.
Have you done Hoffman process before?
No, but I know of it.
Similar,
I know of it for
So
sure.
I'm like, oh, I beat the parents up with the bat. I got it. Anger's out. So still spiritually bypassing. Okay, still not integrated, and still.
Did you know you were spiritual bypassing?
I didn't realize.
Okay,
any of
in
these
hindsight,
things.
you
In
did.
hindsight, yeah.
You were just trying to keep it together.
Yeah, and because I still had this addiction to people pleasing and affirmation.
Yeah.
You know, and Sophia and I, when we were bringing things back together, there was a lot of anger she still carried from how I was tethering to her and pulling her in and out, and not giving her the space, or even probably, maybe a subconscious anger, I don't know, that she knew I wasn't ready, and she's stepping back into this, and her
anger at herself too.
Her intuition's on fire,
much.
right? She's got like, super witchy intuition, like and so she probably saw the future way before I could even feel myself into it, and and so I'm sure that there was a lot of that. When we came back into it, I hadn't, I'd had relationships, I was doing more the eat, pray, love thing, not probably in any, vomiting and not really loving and all this, but in my own kind of sick way.
Right, as conscious as you could be.
I don't even know if I call it that, but yes, maybe. And I had a semi-relationship that I hadn't untethered from. And so I come back and I'm like trying to hold this thing at bay while moving on with my life with her. Similar pattern to the same pattern that I had before, just different versions of it.
Sure, and that
same
shit
thing my
don't
father
work.
did. No, it didn't work. And that just exploded in my face as well.
Yeah, wow.
And we were just getting to the point of things being good. And I'm over here like, playing the manipulative game with this other person,
right,
while wanting to be present with her, and not learning how to be able to let go of the rope that I'm, it's like you hold on to both. Yeah. Because you're afraid, like, if I let go of this, will this one let me go? And then I got to stand on my own shit. Yeah. Which I didn't know how to do.
Right. Sean, in those moments, my experience, when we let go, we've got to feel something. Yeah. And when we don't feel it, we do this on the outside. What was the main thing at that moment in your evolution that you needed to face and feel and heal?
A deep sadness. And so the feeling, I had constantly run away from, when I grew up, I saw my parents go through a lot of stuff. Yeah. I went through sexual abuse from 9 to 14. It was, raped by a family member, all these things. And
Dude, I'm so sorry.
All of that goes down and you're like, in order to survive, I need to not feel anything. And I was intellectualizing everything. Sure. Playing a game with the Matrix, if you wanted to call it that, to then, if I can keep it all moving this way, using my senses to create my reality. So what I wasn't feeling was this sadness of me going back from 5 to 7 to 9 to 13 and all the other experiences that I had, and just sitting in that and that sadness and that pain.
Yes. And being with each of those aspects of yourself that needed you to be present with them within 100%. Yourself.
That I never did.
Whoa. Yep. Yeah.
Feeling the anger of watching how my father really treated my mother, instead of like when he was treating her this way, I just tried to say, okay, well, that's okay, because I just want my dad. Right. But then because of that, I never felt the anger, so that I could actually disconnect myself from trying to be like my dad. Right. Right. And this is my superpower. This is what I love. Where's the shadow? Let's go. Yeah. Because when we integrate these, the cycle stops. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Wow.
And I couldn't see it.
Of course, we can't. I can't see my blind spots either. Yeah, I can see yours, but I can't see mine. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Wow. So you came back in and you started to feel, I've got some deeper inner work to do here because this thing isn't working.
I didn't even realize that. I just so at this point, when she found out that I didn't untether from this person, right? Then it's like, okay, now we went on another journey of like things breaking, and immediately I'm like trying to propose to her and doing all these like big gesture things to just hold on.
Desperate. Yeah. Totally.
And we tried to go down that path. And then we started doing like our own kind of work. Like we didn't seek outside counsel, but we started just, follow through with what you say you're going to do your commitment. And I'm like, doing like hyper preaching on Instagram and all these other things to just like, well, see, I've got it figured out. And I would bring it to her and I'd be like, oh, like this is better, right? Still seeking her affirmation. Yeah. But I'm doing it differently. And the minute that she didn't like give me that affirmation, I'm like, and then that was even a bigger chasm in myself, because now I'm like, well, I'm chasing spirituality. I've got this thing figured out. Here's all the practices. Here's toxic masculinity. Here's divine feminine. all the things that
you're
people
using all the lingo.
Yeah, using all the lingo.
But you're not embodying shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm so glad we're talking about this because there's such a huge, in my opinion, group out there that is so clever and has the words and can bypass and their energy.
Oh yeah.
And they're not in their body.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so pause. So now you've discovered there's another person.
Yeah.
I would rip him up one side, down the other, and be like, oh my God. And there's still the heart saying he's a good man. So tell us where you are at this point.
Well, yeah, and it was a little complicated also because we had started working together. And some of the things that he did during our time before that to keep me around was threaten to kill himself.
Okay.
And
massive guilt trip there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had gone through that, and he did a similar show, and I was like, okay, so that kept me around long enough to like hear him and give him more time.
Yeah.
But I wasn't feeling good about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, again, the shame, the anger for myself. And the biggest mistake was A, not just leaving, number one, but B, not getting outside help because I just didn't have the tools.
Right.
To make the change.
So let's stay there for a second. It's not like I've got 10,000 clients, right? To actually come and do this deep intimacy work into me, I see, with all of these unintegrated wounds, facing these shameful parts of ourselves is very challenging. It takes humility, bravery and courage for sure. But the other side of it, it takes great humility that, wow, really, Alana, you're not going to judge me. Really, you'll walk through the fire and support me with this and not reject me. Huge to ask for help, especially when you're so successful. The smarter and more successful you are, I think the harder it is to ask for help. So how did you ask for help?
Well, eventually it got down to it. He found an amazing coach.
Great.
Who I'll happily plug because she has changed my life, Dr. Lori Emery.
Okay.
And the reason why we're even here today is because I eventually did leave. I just left. I took my dog. I got on a plane. I left.
Okay.
He found her. And the call we had, she said, I'm not attached to whether or not you stay with him.
Yeah.
It's about you. So that you don't go off and repeat this pattern with somebody else. And I was like, okay.
No attachment to the results.
Let's do this because I don't want to do it either.
Yeah. That's what I say when I work with couples. I work with singles and couples. And I say, I cannot guarantee this is going to stay together. I can guarantee that we're going to get to each of you to a place of truth. And it'll be self-evident. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And we've been doing really hard, deep work.
What's been the hardest for you, my love?
It's the inner child work. Because it's realizing how much I've ignored her.
Yeah.
For so long. And I had to promise my inner little girl that if something were to go down again, that is it. There are no more chances.
Yeah.
I got you. You are safe. I am taking care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, we're so similar. I'm so glad we're all sitting together right now. Over the years, I've developed 10 Alana Prep method processes, which are really just a combination of everything I've learned for 20 years. First and foremost, little you. Little you. And the way I interact with my little you, and tell me if this is similar and it's been supportive for you. I used to go in kind of like you, like the strategy, so I can figure it out. So like, okay, so I'm going to go in, we're going to feel the pain, so you feel better, so we can get the guy, right? Or so we can get the client, right? There was total manipulation and strategy with my own self. And I remember the day sitting on this beautiful A-frame cabin. My son, this was the first time he'd stopped talking to me, and maybe all these like horrible things that might happen. And then all the way down, I got really real, and maybe you'll die alone, and maybe your son will never call you again. Like I got all the way down the horrible list. And I felt it. And then I put on either side of it, even though you may die alone, I love and accept you. I will not leave you. Even though your son may never call again, I love and accept you. And it just kept getting more and more and more connected to all of these wobbly, uncomfortable parts that I just wanted to change. And it was like kind of like the round table of the Motley Crew. All these little yous were here. And I had this complete direct experience with the divine where like gravity left and there was I don't know where I ended and divine began, and it lasted for maybe 30, 60 seconds. And I'm like, I think I'm home with myself. I think I feel held by the divine. I think something's listening. I think this is working.
Yeah.
And it began a journey of all these parts coming home without the circumstance changing on the outside, without needing an attachment to a result. Like, I think this is what wholeness feels like. So tell me more about how your little you work has been going.
And we're room for improvement. You know,
yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah, I don't think we ever get there.
It's a process.
Yeah.
You know, I did such a good job of burying myself in work.
Yes.
To not feel my feelings.
Yes.
And it's just gotten to a point where I'm now no longer hiding behind work. So I actually stepped away from a lot of our businesses, the day-to-day, so that I could specifically feel all my feelings and focus on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fall in love with you.
Yeah.
Become whole for you.
Yeah.
Because that's how we get from soulmate to wholemate. Each of us, not perfect. We're never perfect. We're never going to be perfect. But we can be whole and take full ownership and stay connected to our feelings and not run, project, lie, any of these things, and just be in the muck together with ourselves and together with your partnership.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. So here we are.
So here we are today. This has basically got us up to today. So are you married?
Yes.
We were married.
Okay. So what was that day like? The vows, different than past relationships. Like, what was that really like for you to say, okay, here I am, the good, the bad, the ugly. Here are my literal commitments and vows for the rest of my life to no longer do that, but to do this. Tell me about that day and that commitment and why you chose. Yeah. Why did you choose to marry each other?
So the most honest answer, and
Yeah.
I don't know that I've said this out loud, so I'm sorry if this is gonna not feel great.
Oh, I go for it.
I was not ready to get married, and I probably should not have at the time we did. But when he asked me to marry him, I asked all my guides before I ever said yes. I was like, you know, angels, guides, galactic family, everyone, like, should I be doing this? And I full on got an all clear, like, do this. Yeah. So I don't regret it. Yeah. And there's a greater purpose in it.
Thank you.
So the marriage shifted us. It basically gave our souls permission to be completely vulnerable so that we could
the container
grow,
the sacred container to continue growing.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what happened. Like I feel that. So we're still very much in a growth phase. Yeah. We are the best we have ever been.
Amazing.
But we're still growing.
Yeah.
Like this is not a perfect, like we figured it out, and you know, like I'm not investigating, I'm not looking at his phone. It's none of that stuff. Yes. It's just like, but it's, hey, we're doing this every day. Yes. We're learning new things. We're implementing the techniques we learned. Yeah. This is work.
Yes. Thank you so much. I don't think anybody's ever ready to get married or have a child. Yeah. I mean, if we really, really told the truth. Yeah. My first two marriages, tall, dark, and handsome, multimillionaire, met him when I was a model in Japan. Who else is going to want me? Right? I'll be the tall glass of water. Right? Like, I was afraid. No one else would ever want me. That's the truth. In the moment, was I aware of that? No, I was spinning a million miles an hour, and I got the big ring, and everything was, you know, and I didn't want to disappoint others and invite everyone to the party. But I cried during my vows because I was like, what am I doing? It looked the part, like you should be all moved. Yeah. The second one, my mom was dying of cancer. A man and a baby is a plan. Anything not to feel. Losing my best friend. Right? Yeah. In the moment, could I have slowed down to say that? No, because she was going to die. And I remember having to get his attention during his vows. He was off, like, I don't know what he was thinking about. I'm like, oh, Lord, help me. But this part of me that was still seeking so much on the outside to feel better on the inside. And then another divorce. So I hear you. I am no better than you. Like, we're all a hot mess, you know, here as a soul learning to grow and experience. But what's so beautiful to me is the boundaries you've put down, is the self-ownership, is the asking for help and is the sacred container of a marriage, so that there's no backdoor, and so that you're all in to do the work. And you don't think just getting married is going to make it all better. You're not using marriage as a bypass.
Right.
That I really respect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whew. So did you ask her to get married just so you wouldn't lose her, like on some little level? Or were you in the most clear place you'd been with your marriages? Like, no, I'm in this forever. I want to do the work with this one.
A little bit in the middle. I mean, I was a lot more clear than I ever had. So at that moment, I was super clear.
Yeah.
We were even at, I proposed to her at the Mary Magdalene thing in south of France. Like,
that was a good choice. That was good.
It was like a pretty epic spot. But cerebrally, I knew what I was supposed to do. But I've still, ever since that, even in our marriage, we had gone through that deep coaching and everything else that we really needed in order to be able to see ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have asked her to marry me. I wouldn't have asked her to marry me then, knowing what I know now.
Right. Well, each of you can own that. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. But I'm fortunate that I did, because I never would have realized how much I was not feeling. I would have gone on to, let's say if she said no, or like we had gone our separate ways, I would have gone on with that continual kind of like mental masturbation of just like, trying to architect and create realities, which is one side of the coin.
Yeah.
But being truly in tune with my inner feminine, to where I can actually receive and feel.
Yeah.
She, through a lot of pain and, her kind of checking me, and her showing me the reflection of like who I actually was on the inside and not showing up as that.
Yeah.
That I had to go there.
Yeah.
So as we went through a lot of our coaching and working, with a therapist and going through all the things that we needed to go through, the only place I could go was inside. And I just having to go deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And I used to have this whole, like, I have this Instagram channel, and I talk around like all these esoteric principles and, really heady shit that I get people into.
Okay.
And so I always used to see the world, and I still see it that way, as this is a bit of a simulation. Like, I'm you talking to you, you're me talking to me, right? And through different perspectives. But now it's like, okay, now the thing that I say to myself is, this is a simulation, and my purpose here is to actually feel everything in this human body. And then at which point, how does the world show up for me?
Yeah.
And that reflection becomes a really, really beautiful thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to like put a pin. I'm all about intimacy and feeling. Like, I want to taste heaven in my body.
Yes.
I know how to taste heaven when I dissociate. I'm pretty good at that. Yeah. I have similar traumas growing up, and very overachiever and hypervigilant and all of these type of things, running a million miles an hour until the train wreck happens. And then the next train wreck happens. And it's like, at some point, when are we going to slow down and look inside? And then, as we said before, we don't like what we see. And can we bring him home? Can we bring her home? Can we be here? Can we feel? And then for me, at least, it's no longer a striving for happy and more and all of this. It's just, okay, there is a gift in the most excruciating pain and the most erotic bliss. There's a gift in all of it, all the different flavors of being a human. And if I don't get addicted to one and avoid the other, if all are equally welcomed, if I could live a life of as little resistance as possible and be here, it's just so much more fulfilling. And I've heard I'm even safer to be around. I'm more trustworthy, because I don't need them to be different for me to be okay. And it's, if anything, it's like, tell me more. And then, I don't know with how you work with your clients, but to be that person, that's that safe person for clients. And now you can be that for each other as a couple, and not fix, change, run, avoid all the things. All that richness, it's timeless. It's priceless. Tell me a moment, or each of you might have different moments where you're like, okay, this is worth it. It's really, really hard, but wow, this is working and this is worth it. Can you remember a moment?
This actually happened a few weekends ago. This is going to sound really weird, because I've been such a private person. I tend to be a private person. Like, I just opened my Instagram channel, like not because I'm trying to be an influencer, like, at all, but it's just like, it's an exercise of me just saying, I don't care.
Okay.
So anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is because it was a few weeks ago and we were doing something at home and I just looked at him and I was like, oh my God, I am so in love with you and I'm so happy with you.
Wow.
And I posted a picture, like a silly picture of him, like on my stories, and I wrote it on there.
Yeah.
Which was like, never. I've never done that before.
Wow.
But I felt it so deep, you know, and I was like, okay, this is actually possible.
Yeah.
Because and I love that you brought up hypervigilance too, is because I realized that I could have never had a like loving, trusting relationship because I didn't actually believe it was possible to have one. Because
Nor
I had
did you
never
have it with
seen
you if
one.
you were anything like me. With
Exactly.
yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not possible. So like, this is normal.
Right.
You know, this chaos is normal. And my
Right.
hypervigilance was always looking for something.
Yeah.
So in taking responsibility for how I showed up also.
Yes.
And what I created.
Yes.
You know, has been part of my journey too.
And to actually slow down and feel that you're so in love with him.
Yeah.
Because you've slowed down to feel that you, and we're all a work in progress, but that you love you.
Yeah.
Allows you to slow down and feel and love him.
Yeah.
And then to feel that moment. And then to share that without the need for approval or the need for more likes or the I know, but just a gift. It's possible. And share that with the world. I like that moment. Wow. How about a moment for you?
Oh, it's and actually the thing that drives her crazy. Every moment I get up in the morning, I'm so excited to see her.
Oh my God.
And then I want to talk to her.
She's like, coffee. Go ahead.
She's like, please let me sleep.
Oh my God.
And so it's kind of fun because it's like this energy fuels me for the day. But it's like every morning I wake up and I'm like super excited. I look over at her because I get up before she does. Most times. And I'm just like amped. And I'm like, and I just kind of like figure out it because there's something I can do that won't wake her, but I can like be with her. And I used to not have that. And I've never had that in my life. It was outside of like Christmas morning when I was a kid.
Sure.
And I'd wake up and I'd be super excited, but that is literally my day in, day out.
Oh my God. Your Christmas morning, every morning. Wow. I want a man like that. So this is such a beautiful testimony that the work works. And it has to start within, and it has to start with feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So as I was explaining what my teachers had taught me, role-mate, soulmate, wholemate, the soulmate is like, I'm half broken and you're half broken and half is one. Right? And don't you dare change and I need you and all that kind of. And then in wholemate, we're already whole. So I am one with myself, one with God, a work in progress, but two whole. I used to think that would mean, 1 + 1 is 2. Well, that's better than 1. It's 2. No, it's infinity. 1 + 1 is infinity. And this is with romance. I think it can be with work, friendship. I think it can even be with your children, where it's like a figure 8. And one's ownership and full self-expression, so infinitely inward, infinitely outward, becomes literally a vibrational invitation, a frequency igniting, a catalyst, something that awakens something in the other that's dormant and asleep, that can only wake up because of the wholemate relationship. Yeah. And then they become more, and then their moreness overflows and ripples into you and awakens something in you that you didn't even know was in there. And then it just keeps going. And it's not just for self, which it is, and for each other, which it is, but it's for like humanity. Yeah. It's for humanity. And when I'm hearing you say, I've never felt this way before, every morning is Christmas morning, I'm sensing your commitment to self, your commitment to the relationship, and your commitment to the world, humanity, consciousness, is awakening something in you that's never woken up. And she just needs to lie there in bed and do nothing. And you're more. Yeah. And so I want to talk about how you're more. So John first and then Sophia, how are you more by being in this sacred container? Sophia.
My little boy is free.
Oh, free.
And that's that little boy that wakes up, like the one that woke up on Christmas morning and would run downstairs and see the presents and was super excited. Yeah. And was like, okay, this is true. Life is truly a gift. And so the opportunity to see life is truly a gift and know that I am the creator of that.
Yeah.
But from such a safe space.
Oh,
It's
that's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
It's not egoic. It's not, you know, she could do, I mean, there's days that, you know, something will trigger. She'll say something to me and I'm like, I get more curious. Because I'm like, there's so much in that the more that I know about her, the more that I know about me.
Right.
And then I'm still calming. And my little boy for a minute will like freak out.
Sure.
And be like, okay, she's going to leave. Here's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, let's go do the manipulative thing and say the thing she wants to hear and all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, I got this.
Right. So what is that exact moment? Because I know that feeling inside, right? It's the trauma response, and then you leave the body and you go into strategy and you're like, terror is running the show.
Yeah.
Like what is your actual practice for little Sean to go, I got you. We got this.
So the practice is I've gotten so in tune with my body.
Yeah.
No. That immediately I'll feel it in my throat. Like it's like, oh, okay. And that's my signal. Yeah. So that shuts off and I'm like, okay. And then I'm now also more attuned to where I'll feel myself rise into my head.
Right.
And then I start thinking about all the different potentials that could possibly happen. And I'm like, okay, just still yourself and bring myself back down.
Yeah. Breath. Presence.
So then I root myself into the ground. I breathe.
Nice.
I have this breath I call the heart opener, where I just like allow my heart to open. It's a simple 3-minute thing that I do.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll say, okay, what could I do right now that is like more curious about her, that allows for me to now actually sit back with myself.
Yeah, and be spaciousness for her. Curiosity and spaciousness.
Right. So I don't leave myself to go to her. I actually find myself to be with her.
Nice. That is so cool. Yes, this is this is intimacy with self.
Yeah.
So that one can be intimate with another, but by never leaving self.
Yeah.
I am, like a little wooden dowel. I do things with some of the couples I coach where if one of them drops the dowel, like right here, it's not going to work. Yeah. So you must stay connected to yourself in connection with another.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I get them to, after they practice, to close eyes and you really start to feel self and other. You become that figure 8 flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please continue.
And the one thing that works, because sometimes like she's looking for the answer, her vigilant little girl comes out and she's like, hey, tell me. And then I start doing active listening. Sometimes it's frustrating. She just wants the answer, but I'm like, so what I heard you say is
fix this. Yeah.
And then the more I say what I heard you say, I'm actually truly present with where she is, instead of me trying to actually get out of my body to figure out, okay, like what do I need to do to calm her down? Right. And I'm not doing anything to calm her down. I'm just listening to her.
And then her not being calm is not a problem. Yeah. She's just being. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I do when that takes place. And she, from what you tell me, you feel more safe. My little boy feels free. Like he doesn't have to come and run the show.
Right.
And all the sophisticated things he's figured out how to do to survive in the trauma of his parents don't need to exist anymore. Wow. So we're no longer repeating those patterns.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a practice. You don't get there.
No.
It's a daily.
All the time.
Practice.
Yeah. Yeah. I do it everywhere.
Gorgeous. How are you more by being in this relationship? What's dormant evolutionary quality is awakening?
Being okay, being seen. Yeah. And almost not just being okay with it, but really like stepping into being seen, which is huge for me. Like I built a career supporting executives where I was in the back, behind the scenes. Like my whole career's been that. And I will say, like, I'm learning that someone else doesn't create safety for you. Mm-hmm. But I will say that because of how he's been showing up, I feel the safest I've ever felt and so supported. And so, like, I feel like I can do anything.
Wow, this is beautiful. For me, being seen, I had to be able to see all of my ugly parts, wobbly parts, insecure parts, all the parts. And it was actually, my God, 20 years ago, my first ayahuasca ceremony, and all of these demons came, and they were me. They were me, all of the parts that I had judged and separated from and avoided, and they all came in this swamp of my bucket of puke, and there we were all together. And the last one that came wasn't in the form of a gargoyle demon. It was me. But my hands were over my head like this. I was still so ashamed to be seen. And I remember in that moment saying, isn't she lovely? She's doing her best. Isn't she lovely? And I had a sense of unconditional love for the first time in my life, of the part of me terrified to be seen, convinced she was less than, broken, not worthy, would never find, all the things, right? I had this heart open, hi, come home, sweet, sweet one. And so the more I can see me and stay with me, the more I can show me to others. And if I'm ultimately rejected, I will not reject myself. I will not. And oh my God, you're not going to reject me either. Wow, we've got something here. Wow. Yeah. So I hear you. Inner work and partnership work.
Yeah.
So good. So I would like to talk to you for days. Can I just stay for the weekend?
You are always welcome.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you. Your transparency, your vulnerability, your self-ownership, your willingness to go through this, share this journey, and still be a work in progress while simultaneously being more free than you've ever been is a real gift for me to witness.
Thank you. 2
divorces. I'm single. If you think you might meet my guy somewhere, you introduce him to me, because I don't think we're ever ready for a relationship. I don't think we ever get there. I think we just keep doing the work, and the more we do, the more free we are, the more radiant we are, the more impactful we are to humanity. And I think that's why we're all on the planet. I think there was a big list to get a body right now, but to be embodied with truth, which to me is all the parts. There's no perfect place we're going to. Really appreciate who you are and that you've come here today. Can I be a little dorky, a little woo-woo?
Let's go.
Complete?
I love it.
I would love to witness, and if it's okay, I'm probably going to cry, but whatever. You acknowledge each other of why you appreciate each other. And we could complete what that looks like. We know your stories of how you were raised. We know the wobbles at the beginning of the relationship. We know that you're still doing the work. But I think it would be amazing to listen to the words and feel the transmission and the frequency of true, like you were so happy, like, I'm so in love with you and your Christmas morning. To look in each other's eyes and appreciate one another, and then we can wrap this beautiful conversation up. So ladies first.
Okay.
Would you appreciate Sean, and just whatever the hell comes out of your mouth comes out of your mouth. But just, Sean, I appreciate you because, and then you can respond and say, Sophie, would you be willing?
I do this.
Yeah, of course.
You can share that mic. Perfect. I love this.
Need a me.
Oh, and I love this. Woo!
Sean, I love you so much. And you just have one of the biggest hearts, if not the biggest heart I've ever witnessed. You are a real blessing to this world. And I'm so grateful that I get to experience you every day.
Sophia. Wow. Every time I experience you, and even the places that you don't think are wonderful, you are wonderful. Being able to just come home to you, being able to wake up next to you, being able to smell you, and experience you, and the way that your heart just lights up, your soul lights up the world. You've done so many of these lifetimes. You're there, like you are ready for the world to just see this beautiful bright star. And I'm madly in love with you every day. And it just feels really good that you just put up with me for that long, for me to be able to be still enough and safe enough for that beauty in you to flow. Just, I love you so much.
Good. I was going to say kiss if you didn't kiss. Good. Oh, thank you for sharing that poignant, beautiful moment with each other and with everyone. Because here's what I want all of you to take with you today is they didn't give up on themselves and they didn't give up on each other, and they had healthy boundaries, and they invited the best in one another to show up. They looked themselves in the mirror and invited the best in themselves to show up, and they looked each other in the eyes and invited, not demanded, but with grace, with forgiveness, with humility, and with bravery, inviting the best in each other to show up. And you keep doing the work, and you showed up here today. Thank you so much. You're such an inspiration. I'm so moved to know you, witness you, share you. And so go to their websites. They're in the show notes. Okay. Play with them, follow them, learn from them. And I'm confident there's something in this conversation that's sparked within you. And my invitation is that you go in, you find that little you inside, you be with them, you start to slow down and feel and integrate so that you can be more whole to be able to have a relationship like this with yourself and with your beloved. And season 14, I've been doing this every single week for 14 years. I'm so grateful that I keep showing up for you, for me, because I get to meet incredible people like this and give you inspiration to keep going. I love you, and thank you for being with us on Intimate Conversations. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week on Intimate Conversations. Get out there and make love to life. Wasn't that kind of like a conscious rom-com? Because they haven't arrived. They still have work to do. They appreciated one another. I asked them, but they appreciated one another for the world. They shared some really dark places. They shared how they cleaned it up. This is so inspiring to me, that it's not about finding this perfect person, and it's about finding this person who will dedicate their life to doing the work with you, and you will with them, and they're who you want to spend your life with doing the work. Man, and they're not hard on the eyes either, are they? I mean, they're just so beautiful, and their hearts are so beautiful, and the work they do in the world is so beautiful. Damn, and they're so generous. They said, if you come back to town, you can use our podcast studio next time. I was just like, wow. This to me is inspiring of what's possible with partnership on the planet. Follow each of them, please. All of their links are in the show notes. Definitely share this episode with someone who you know needs to hear it. All the things like subscribe and rate and review, please, so the algorithms can do their magic and more people can learn about them, learn about this podcast, learn about what's possible with intimacy and vulnerability and heart openness and humility. And nobody's perfect, and we can all do the work, and we can all grow into a better version of ourselves and then share that with our beloved. So good, so good, so good. As I was listening to both of them, I didn't say this in the moment, I was featuring them, but damn, I just want to have my way with each of them. I want to be able to offer this beautiful psychedelic somatic integration work that I do. They both are so open to doing the work. When I meet people who I respect so deeply, honor so deeply, desire for the fullest expression so deeply, I'm humbled to potentially be that facilitator to get them from A to B, where they are and where they want to be. Because I'm damn good at what I do, but it's not me, it's their body, plus the medicine, plus the divine, this incredible trinity, and I get to be the facilitator. And I'm very good at noticing where they're coping, checking out, suppressing, avoiding, going to their head. I'm very, very astute at how to go, let's just inhibit that and let's follow the body sensation and emotion. And it is an exquisite experience to watch an autonomic nervous system come home all the way to 0 point and go through emotions, face beliefs, tensions in the body like fascia. It holds cellular memory. It'll recapitulate what went on. It is so beautiful to watch such brave souls allow. It's really allowance. It's surrender. It's brave humility and surrender. Allow their body knows what it's doing. If we would just get out of the way, just get our lovely mind out of the way and our spiritual insights out of the way and just surrender the body gets home every single time. Oh my God, it would be such an honor to work with those two. Anyways, or you, if this, really inspired you of like, oh, okay, I can do the work. I can be brave. I can be humble. I can surrender. I want this type of intimacy. I deserve this type of intimacy. I ache for this type of intimacy. I would love to meet you. I would love to explore if you are a perfect fit to work with me for a year in a psychedelic somatic integration immersion. In the show notes, there's a way for you to connect with me for an intimacy breakthrough experience call. There's a scholarship there too for being a viewer of intimate conversations. There will be some part of you inside of you that are like, oh, I don't want to, but I know it's what's next. Okay, fine, I'll call. Maybe that's the feeling. Most people are like, yeah, let's just go feel some feelings. Most people just want to avoid that. But if you're like, oh, okay, it's time. Oh, I would be so honored to walk with you. What's on the other side is literal freedom, embodiment, wholeness, courage, embodied courage, bravery to speak your truth, the ability to let things go, to be literally in the flow of your life, letting your soul lead the way and your ego in the back seat. So if this is a fit, I would love to hear from you. Thank you again for following both Sean and Sophia, giving them both some love, following them on Instagram, etc. They are some special, special people. What an honor to have them on Intimate Conversations. All my love.